So what are we doing?
So, we have the lemon.
Yeah.
We take a peel from the lemon.
Uh-huh.
The first time I made this, I used a knife. I've used a potato peeler because this is much easier for somebody who's a gumby like I am, and it doesn't get any pith on the back, so you don't want the white. So what happens when you get the white is it causes a discoloration within the limoncello, and it also gives it a bitterness. This is perfect, right? So we just do this. Now you're using 9 lemons per litre of alcohol, which this is a 4 litre canister.
Okay.
So we just peel the lemon. Try not to waste any of the peel.
Now this is your second year of doing this?
I did one when I first moved in here in August of last year. Well, it was limoncello, Jim, but not as we know it.
What colour was it?
Well, we won't go into it. Let's not be colourist. And I made it with honey because I wanted to be health conscious, and that didn't work either.
No.
This is the good stuff. I made this in January, and we're now drinking that.
It's delicious.
And it is very delicious.
It's saleable. Is that a word?
Well, I think it's sellable.
Sellable.
I'm going to make some little labels up with a lemon with my face in them.
I love that.
My auntie thinks I'm a moron for that, but anyway.
Gio, while you're peeling your lemons, I think you've featured in one of my videos before, but I haven't actually introduced you.
Is that the hairy hands while we're making pasta?
Actually, twice. So once with the pasta and once drilling holes in the bottom of my house to try
I didn't realise I was in that video.
Yeah, you featured in that one too. I didn't show your face, I don't think. Do you want to tell the people who you are?
My name's Gio, short for Giovanni, and I have Sardinian heritage. My father was Sardinian, and funny enough, most of my family live in this beautiful town of Nulvi in Sardinia.
I don't hear an Italian accent though.
No, there's no Italian accent. I'm from Brisbane, born, raised and bred in Brisbane. I came here 27 years ago the first time. I lived in London and decided within 2 days that I'd end up living here at some stage, and it took me 24 years in fact. I came back and I bought this beautiful property and I live here now, and I'm doing my best to understand the culture, bring a unique Australian twist to it, which is why I brought honey in the limoncello instead of just doing it normally. And so then I started to learn that tradition is everything, right? So stick with tradition.
They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing. And the alcohol nullifies everything. It's good digestive after a meal. So this is 4 litres of alcohol that we're going to put into here.
This is a 4 litre jar.
Yeah. And so you can buy the alcohol, which is 96% proof, €15 a bottle. Well, it's 150 euros worth of alcohol because I've got 10 litres of alcohol I'm going to make, which will make 26 litres of limoncello, 1.6 litres of sugar water to 1 litre of lemon alcohol. So all of these lemons that I've got in this cassette is 36 lemons.
Okay.
To do 4 litres. 9 lemons per litre. And that gives you the right consistency of colour and also the great sort of lemon taste to it. And we go from there. And all organic, straight from the tree out there.
Let's have a look at this lemon tree. You've actually got 2 lemon trees, don't you?
Yeah, that one doesn't bear a lot of fruit.
That's the other one over there. I had intentions of showing Gio's house and talking about his vision and why he came here in a bit more detail. So at some point we can definitely share that if people are interested in knowing about that. It's a beautiful day here today. So what were you saying about the lemon trees?
So most lemon or citrus trees fruit once a year, and this particular tree fruits a couple of times a year, which from a perspective of making limoncello is very, very good. And they're not really sour. They're really lovely lemon actually. I quite often what I'll do is I'll freeze a number of these lemons and then I'll make a tea out of them in the mornings. In Spain had this lemon sorbet and I thought, oh geez, that's nice. And so I'm going to make lemon sorbet out of the rest. Because last year I made lemonade, but I've got to tell you, after 2 weeks of drinking lemonade, I'd had enough. So,
I didn't get any lemonade.
I didn't give it to anybody, to be fair. It literally went off in
the fridge.
in the cooler thing that I had. You know, I can buy this stuff for €5 a litre, right?
But you've got this beautiful tree full of lemons, so you got to do something with it, right?
You know
Otherwise,
what?
they just all fall to the ground and.
Well, I've got plenty of locals that want the lemons.
Yeah, I definitely take some.
But for me, there's the saying of la dolce far niente, which is the sweetness of doing nothing. And it's not that you're sitting around doing nothing. It's not like you. But this is kind of exactly what they're talking about, right? This is a beautiful, almost meditative process where you peel these lemons. It's very simple. There you go. We're at 36 lemons. Very simple process. Very, very connected.
So step 1 is done. Peel the lemons. 36 lemons. 9 lemons per litre.
4 litres of alcohol. 96%.
There it goes.
4 bottles in there.
Oh, because that's 4 litres. Yeah.
Great thing about these will become the bottles that we put the limoncello in.
Repurposing, we like that.
Repurposing. We're very environmentally friendly.
We may have had a few glasses of limoncello already.
May have. That bottle was full when we started.
Really?
That one was, yeah.
Thanks.
Yikes.
It's Sunday.
The Sunday sesh.
Pure alcohol and lemon peels.
Yeah.
I wonder what your family will say if they watch this video.
Well, they don't approve of the process, but they surely approve of drinking it. In this last batch, they've all enjoyed the spoils. In fact, my cousin, I asked her if she'd like some lemons, and she said, no thanks, just drop a couple of bottles over.
Of course. That's very, very straightforward.
Very, very straightforward. And that sits, so they say 14 days, but I like to leave it a couple of months.
Okay.
So I'll leave that probably 8 weeks.
Okay.
And I think that's a big part of why you get a really strong flavour and whatnot in there. But 14 days is enough, apparently.
So you've got your 36 lemons, your 4 litres. That's it.
That's it. Nummy, nummy, nummy.
Salute.
You put that in the freezer.
Yeah.
This is really good. Straight out of the freezer. That's okay. Oh, so good.
Beautiful colour, texture.
Still got green ones on here. This is really interesting.
Is it your plan to use them all?
Use as many as I can. Last year they sat on here for ages and they just fall and decompose. And I've been working on the garden to get it all tidied up, a bit more gentrified. Mulch it within a couple of weeks. Take as much fruit off here, and I don't want it to go to waste either. I mean, and so I want to give as much as I possibly can to the community. And the beautiful thing is you pick this right now, and that's as fresh as you're going to get. I mean, that's straight off the tree.
Yep.
And you can smell them. They've got such a beautiful perfume. And you just won't get anything fresher than this.
So the main thing you've done with them is make limoncello, right?
Yeah, and like I said, the tea, we're just going to do a bit of trimming of this tree while we're up here.
Oh, timber.
This lemon tree's got spikes all over it, like a rose bush.
I can see actually, yeah, I can see
yeah.
some of them.
There's spikes on them.
Yeah.
And depending on the type of branch, particularly the newer branch, So this has got some
Yeah, I can see
nice
that.
little spines on it. So the newer the branch, the bigger the spines are, from what I can see.
Ah, never
so-
noticed that before.
Italy's such a beautiful place in so many different ways. And, you know, you have this place like Tuscany, which is this refined area, which has got some of the best vineyards in the world, as does this island. But this place is, it's like a rough diamond.
Yeah.
You know? Unpolished, uncut, real culture, less pretense, beautiful, beautiful wine, beautiful people, beautiful food, and in a way that really suits my personality, to be honest. Like, Australians are reasonably robust, cultured human beings. We don't mind being a little bit rougher around the edges. You know, if you want to see a food that's dished up that looks like a piece of art, go to Tuscany, it's great. I've had some great meals there. If you want to have a meal where when you walk out, they have to roll you to the car, come to Sardinia.
So when did you buy your house?
I put a contract on it in 2024, February or March of 2024. I settled on it in May of 2025, the 28th of May 2025. I reckon you could do a whole episode on that itself.
Buying a house in Italy,
Sardinia.
in Sardinia, can be a very smooth process, or it can be a very lengthy one.
Yeah, the comparison between yours and mine is vastly different.
Yeah. Woo! Good catch.
Speaking of spines,
Ouch.
it is spring at the moment. We really want to do this like winter.
I thought you were going to say more sober, but
Well, there's some wisdom in that. I do my best work.
after a couple of limoncellos.
When I bought this property, it hadn't been lived in for 2 years.
Right.
So this tree hadn't been trimmed back in over 2 seasons, which is not a great thing, to be honest, because one, it's got a little bit of mould on the leaves, particularly the low ones. We've had a very wet winter. But also you get these big long things here, and if they get fruit on them, then they can't hold their own weight. And what I really want it to do is bush out. So I'm actually going to cut this one off as well. That's going to limit my yield this year, because these flowers that are on it are the precursor to a new harvest. These will bring more lemons, right? But I wanted to get it into a healthier state. Can you smell the lemon? It's so beautiful. When you're picking them, it's just so fragrant. There's something really cathartic about harvesting fruit and stuff that you've been watching grow. On a beautiful day, the birds are out, nice lunch, some nice local red wine. I'm not advising that you should get up a ladder and start picking lemons after the amount of red wine and limoncello we've had. But if that's something that you choose to do with your own disclosure, then there's no better place than Sardinia. Look at it, there's still so many lemons in this tree. This bucket is full, and I've got so many also on the ground. Look at all these. And this is one tree. Oh, wow.
I wish you could actually smell these, because they are insane. Step one, wash the lemons.
Just washing all the dust and the crap off it, bird crap, whatever it happens to be. This is only 2 litres, this one. I got told that the ratio was 9 lemons, but if you look at my lemons, You know, so I've picked a couple of smaller ones in here. So I think I had 19 or 20 in here because there's a couple of smaller ones because I don't want to waste them.
Okay.
But then I've also got quite large ones in here as well, right? So,
right.
You know, 18 average size lemons, I would suggest.
9 per litre.
9 per litre. Family member told me that. One of the things I was looking at doing, and I may just, out of this 2 litres, make a creme limoncello, which is you use milk, not cream. I tried cream and it all separated. It was horrible. It was literally disgusting. I'm going to make this one into a cream limoncello.
And that might sound disgusting.
No, it's so good.
But it is so good.
So good.
Because it does. It tastes creamy.
Well, if you like a Bailey's,
yeah,
this is a limoncello version of Bailey's. It's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't know about crema di limoncello. I didn't know that existed until I came here.
The first time I had it was at the concert that we had at the Lookout.
Yeah.
And there was a woman that was walking around with a bottle of that. And I tasted it.
Marivana.
Marivana, that's right. And I thought, need to get her recipe. She hasn't shared it, by the way, but...
I can ask her.
Yeah.
I got the connections.
You got the... Tell her we'll give her all the credit in Australia and everywhere else that they look at it.
Maybe we can put her face on the lemon.
It's got to look like this, though.
I'm sure she'd be down for that.
You reckon?
Yeah, she's a good sport. So what happens if you get the pith in there?
So the pith gives it a bitter taste.
Uh-huh.
And it also discolours.
Yeah, it makes it kind of that brownier
I was
colour.
telling my auntie about it literally yesterday at lunch. She said the limoncello. The first batch, no. The second batch is very good. And I said, you like it? She said, yeah, it's really good. I said, oh, that's great. And I said, well, first thing I did is I started using a potato peeler. And she said, and literally what a revelation. Because they're so used to use a knife and their skills with a knife. Like you watch these old women, they just use a knife in a way that I'm not accustomed to. I mean, I've never spent a lifetime developing that skill. But of course I use this and she goes, oh yeah, that'll work.
Such a good idea.
Because
it's fast and it's precise.
It's like, honestly, I could spend 2 days doing this. My life here is like a dream. I've spent my entire life watching movies about living in Italy and doing all the rest of it. And you see people watching, cooking shows and whatnot. And they do this stuff and you think, oh man, when I get to Italy, And I've been here 3 years and I'm in the space now where I've got this beautiful garden that yields fruit, which is not a lot of land as far as that's concerned. But this summer, I'll have made nearly 40 litres of limoncello out of that one tree, And it's in flower at the moment, which means there's more fruit coming. All of that's this year. Like I made the first batch in March, which we're almost through.
I was just about to say, do you think that'll all be done or consumed by next year?
Oh, yeah. And if it's not, then we're going to have a big session before it is.
Well, you can see we've already drunk this bottle, so...
And only because you get people for lunch and you give them a limoncello and they don't stop at one. I mean, limoncello is normally a digestivo. You have something after lunch to do whatever. One, it's homemade. There's no preservatives there. We drink, wine from the region here, which is literally fresh. And there are no hangovers. There's no sulfides. There's no crap in the stuff. You drink a bottle of this, and I wake up in the morning and I'm fresh. You go to bed feeling pretty happy. There's no hangovers with it.
Right.
And it's all because this has come off a tree in my backyard.
Yeah.
There's no pesticides. There's no nothing. And your soul. Because when you do it, this beautiful experience of having family, this is my family's town, And I go to lunch with them, which is never anything shy of 2 or 3 hours. They give you something out of their freezer. And it comes in an unmarked bottle, so you know it's homemade. Whether it be alcoholic or artichoke halves, that are cut up in 4 quarters and preserved in oil and vinegar. And you eat or drink this stuff and you experience the culture and the conversation, and which for a long time I didn't even understand, right? They talk in Italian and Sardinian. It enriches the soul. It really does. And so to be able to sit down and make my own and then go to their place, and I want to give back to them for everything that they've allowed me to have here. Without their assistance, this would have been a much more difficult journey for a 55-year-old single male.
You glad you moved?
Oh, I love my country of Australia. I'm from Brisbane. I love it. I've got 2 beautiful children that live there, and one of which is pregnant now with my first grandchild. And I've got friends, and a lot of those friends have turned up here to see what I'm doing here, because I think they're intrigued by the whole fact of how do you change your life at this point in your life. Most people are settling down, and I'm settling up, if that makes sense. And they come and then they just sit here in the garden. We did some limoncello with my last friends that were here. We did the next stage of this, which is doing the syrup, and then we drank it. Because the beauty of the syrup process is you do it and then you put it in the freezer and then you drink it within a couple of hours. And there's nothing like that at home. Not in the cities anyway, not in Brisbane. And don't get me wrong, Australia's got a great lifestyle and all of those sorts of things, but for me, this is something that I've directed about my entire life, adult life anyway, and to be living here, doing this, is literally a part of my soul's purpose, I think. I think the purpose of life is to find inner peace. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, we go and seek achievement, and we want to be productive human beings in society and stuff like that. But at 25, sitting at the table peeling lemons, so that in 4 or 5 weeks' time or whatever, I can pour this into a syrup and make limoncello out of it, and that would make me feel at peace. At 25, I probably wouldn't have appreciated that. At 55, I go, fuck, I wish I'd been doing this my whole life, in a place that I've chosen to live in. And that's a big thing. I've lived in many places in my life. Some for work, some for travel, some for just exploration. This place is a choice. I've genuinely decided that this is going to be my home for many, many reasons. And I get to choose that, and I get to share it. I walked the Camino de Santiago. I invited that many people here. It'll be interesting to see what the summer's like. We may go through all of this limoncello before the end of the summer, just because of the volume of visitors.
Yeah, nice.
So the only other thing to remember is that over the course of its time, one, we keep it in the kitchen where it's reasonably dark, so no sunlight, no direct sunlight. In a cool environment, that kitchen rarely gets above 14 to 20 degrees, so it's pretty stable.
Another batch.
Another 4 litres. That's right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. 10 litres of limoncello alcohol going. Yes.
Salute.